here I am at the mining farm, and here you can see some of the rigs, and it's still pretty cold inside, and they are noisy. These are ASIC S9s, churning away, solving out algorithms, printing Bitcoin. Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. And in this video, I'm delighted to be joined by Carl, the Crypto Hound. He is traveling through Argentina, and we're going to find out about that in a moment. And before I introduce him fully, I want to let you know this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and do not invest any more than you can afford to lose. All I'm doing in this and all my other videos is sharing with you what I'm discovering as I travel along on the blockchain. All right. Now, good afternoon, Carl.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Hi, Rich. Hey.
I'm very, very pleased to speak to you. Thank you so much for making yourself available. And it's good afternoon where you are in Argentina. And it's good evening here in the UK as I'm recording this. And you and I met through the Elevate Group Telegram group, because you now mine with Elevate Group, and then you and I got to know each other, and Amir pointed me out to your blog and stuff, and I've read some of that, and I used one of your articles for a video that linked to Electroneum. In this video, we're going to be talking about mining. We're going to be talking about you and cryptocurrency and cryptocurrencies and money, and also about Electroneum in Argentina and how you think Electroneum could make a difference to that part of the world, which admittedly I have not yet been to.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
It's about 35 degrees here.
Oh my gosh, 35 degrees. That is fabulous. I was in Siberia end of November, minus 21 degrees. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Now, I was in Pakistan in June. That was 45 degrees in the shade. That's my kind of temperature. Yeah, it was minus 35 most nights. No, sorry, plus 35 most nights. That's what it dropped to. Anyway. All right, Carl, so listen, do you want to start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So I call myself the Crypto Hound. My background is in IT. For over 15 years, I've been involved in project management, IT support, and then about 10 years ago, I set my own company up called IT Hound, and focusing on small businesses, individuals, families, and providing IT support. I'm also a Google Cloud facilitator, so I can help people get their stuff, small businesses, their emails, their content all online. You know, if it's got a pulse through it, it's a computer, a phone, I can pretty much help people out. And last year I got involved in cryptocurrencies, and no surprise there are computers, there are devices, there's a lot of knowledge surrounding the whole crypto sphere. So I'm continuing that sort of IT support into the crypto world.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so when did you get into crypto? Last year?
Yeah, it's about May, June.
How come? What happened?
2017. Sorry?
How come? What happened?
Well, I've always, I guess, been a bit, non-mainstream, and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, people like, Jeff Berwick, the Dollar Vigilante, Luke Wadowski, all these people talking about change and different ways of living. And to be honest, I used to feel that money was evil. And, all I wanted to do is get rid of money. I could see no point in it. And then suddenly all these people I just mentioned were starting to talk about blockchain and Bitcoin. And I forget, it was one particular video where, I don't know, someone said, was interviewed, and they just answered, buy Bitcoin. And I just started looking into it, and I just got fascinated. I was just, for days and days, I was watching YouTube videos, and very quickly I realized, this could be an alternative monetary system that doesn't require banks, it doesn't require people to control our lives, and we can trade directly. And then I bought a few actually I bought quite a lot of, I FOMO'd in a lot of cryptocurrencies. I have quite a list. Some of them quite embarrassing, like I'll be honest, I put my hand up. I can't remember. It might be called Chain something. It wasn't Chain Link. It was another one that got massively pumped last year, and I totally FOMO'd in on that one. But no, I looked in, all the key players, probably the top 10, and I've hung on to them, and I didn't sell at the beginning of December. And I'm traveling now, and I thought the market was going to continue and continue and continue. And I would just reap bits of the profits, because it's really cheap to live in South America. But I haven't even touched them. But it's been quite tricky, even over here in a cheap country. But no, I've hodled and learned about the technologies. I've dived into all the different wallets and tried to understand them, hardware, software, wrote a few guides around them, and I guess I want just to be ready. I'm impatient. I'd really like the people to start using cryptocurrencies.
Right.
It's a no-brainer for me, but I understand the fear that people have around, using them. They obviously like banks.
Yes. Well, look, let me go back a few things. I'm curious to know, when did you first buy was it Bitcoin, and how did you first buy it?
Yeah, I think, I can't remember the site, but I was paying far too much. I certainly bought it through Coinbase. When it was May last year, there weren't many sites in the UK we could actually trade from. I mean, now I'll use Bitstamp with the 0.25% commission, but yeah, I was paying like crazy amounts of commission to buy my Bitcoin.
Right. Okay. Okay. I first bought mine from local Bitcoins with a guy I met in the pub. That's how I first did it. I want somebody to explain it to me because I didn't understand, right? Now, one of the things you did as an IT expert, and I saw this in one of the articles which I'll link to in the description below, is about how to prepare your computer for cryptocurrency. Now, without giving away any of your particular secrets, right, what would you recommend for people to keep their cryptocurrencies secure and safe? And what do you do?
Sure. Well, firstly, I would say anyone who's got a computer, regardless of whether it's cryptocurrencies or whether they want to keep their documents safe or secure, how do you know if it's virus-free? It's ransomware-free. You're only as good as the latest update to, say, McAfee or Windows Antivirus. And I would say the answer is you've got no idea. So if you're going to start out in cryptocurrencies, you need to format that computer regardless of if it's Windows, Mac, or Linux.
Even if it's Carl, even if it's brand new out of the box.
Yeah, I guess to be fair, that's probably okay. But just personally, and if I was to take on board a client, I would want to format it. These days, a new computer is going to have a solid state drive, therefore it'll be pretty fast. It's not going to take a long time to format it. And I find with a lot of computers that they have bloatware, lots of applications that are supposed to monitor your computer for X, Y, and Z, and they're not really necessary anyway. So, why not? Why not? We talk about cryptocurrencies where you're supposed to take control of your funds and your money. Why not take control of your computer? And these days, take Windows, for example, all you have to do is click the start button, type in reset, and it'll take you through how to reset the computer.
Okay. So you reformat it. What else? Antivirus, any particular ones you recommend? Proprietary ones or open source ones?
I personally use the inbuilt Windows one, right. But then I'm not playing a lot of games. I'm not going to gambling sites. One of the things I would recommend is, yes, you need an antivirus on there, but Windows, when you install Windows, it makes you the first user, the administrator. So whenever you install stuff, all you have to do is click yes. Whereas, do you use a Mac or
I use a Mac. I'm on a Mac.
Use a Mac. So every time it prompts you to do something, you've got to put your password in.
Yeah.
That's not the case with Windows. So I recommend creating an administrator user, and the administrator is the only one who can make the changes, and you're forced to put in a password.
Okay. Now, do you offer this as a service? You did, or do you still?
Well, I am still, but of course, I think in fairness, a lot of the people involved in the crypto sphere are fairly techie or have had to become techie to understand cryptos. So yeah, I offer it. I mean, I'm traveling at the moment. So yeah, I definitely offer that as a service, because also I just want to make sure that if I've got a client coming to me that's investing thousands of pounds in cryptocurrencies, I want to make sure their computer's clean and that they know how to manage it. I mean, I don't mind if they keep calling me up, but it would be better that they take control of their computer and their cryptocurrency.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. All right. Now, let's get back to the money. So, what appealed to you is that it's a new monetary system, peer to peer, decentralized, can't be controlled, can't be printed away, like the euro and the pound and the dollar are being printed away, right, into oblivion. Okay. And then what happened? What did you do? You invested in some different cryptocurrencies, and then what happened? Then what did you do?
I guess I was just topping up. Actually, no, I wasn't topping up. I would tend to buy in chunks just to get into that particular currency. To be honest, YouTube was my education. Everything, I would be in the kitchen cooking and just listening. Oh, this is new. How does it work? And that was enough for me.
Right. Okay. So you kept educating yourself. Now, did you do what I do when I listen to YouTube? Is I'll listen to them at high speed so I can get more done. I can get more in the less time.
Nice, but how fast are you actually listening to them? Like 1.5, twice? Or?
Oh, well, it depends, right? Some of them, if they talk slowly, like I'm doing now, I would do double speed. Some of them, if they're talking quicker, I only need to do 1.5.
Yeah. I think also it keeps the brain going as well. The cogs are having to go around faster, maybe.
Well, this is how I figure it. Just like you and I, we've learned to read quicker, and I believe we can. I could do a speed reading course and learn to read even quicker and still take it in. The brain can accelerate and learn to take in stuff quicker. So it's just practice. But anyway, all right. Now the other thing that you did is that you went into Genesis mining.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about that adventure, because I did too.
I guess I was just FOMOing in about everything. It's like, I've always thought, how can I get more Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Because I want to use, and I don't want to let go of any of my cryptocurrencies really, because I see them, especially things like Zcash, Bitcoin, Electroneum, all the ones that are really easily usable today to be used in transactions. So I want to hold on to them. And I thought, how can I get more Bitcoin? And I did. It's funny. I think a lot of people have this story. I did look at Bitcoin about maybe a year before I started investing, and I looked at mining. And I don't know. It just seemed like it used lots of electricity, and I'd have to maintain this machine. And it was before the likes of the S9 Antminer that the Elevate group use, and it was very technical to get involved in mining pools. So I just left it. But then anyway, I saw a way of, cloud mining with Genesis, and I got involved in July last year. Of course, then there was the bull market. It was great. I was mining about 0.1 per month, and I got a lifetime contract. Of course, I didn't look at the small print. So I'm lucky. I did recover my costs, but that's only because I started at that time. And then I got the classic email, about a month ago, saying, oh, your contract's become unprofitable. Bye-bye, happy mining, which I thought was an interesting goodbye note. So yeah, I mean, I also mine Monero with them, and that's mining a little bit, but I wouldn't go back to them. Their model doesn't work for me, and I wouldn't recommend Genesis to people.
Sure. Now, I had a look at them today, and all their contracts, they say sold out. I don't know if they have sold out, or it maybe that they're not taking any on because they're keeping all the crypto for themselves as their machines are mining away, right? But I also got the notice that my lifetime contract has now ended after after just over a year. My lifetime contract has just ended, right? And on their website, the charges are something like $280 per terahash.
I know. How much is it with Elevate?
On the website, it says $70 per terahash, but I actually think it's cheaper because they've got the firmware boost upgrade. So you're getting 16 terahash per miner, and you can get one miner if you buy 10 for 550. So what's 16 divided by 550? I don't have a... Let me get my calculator out here.
I'm glad you're doing it, Rich. Maths isn't my forte.
550 divided by 16. That's 30. So on that order, it's 34.37 dollars per terahash. Which and I think if you just go for one miner. Now, those of you that are watching this, please know that my maths can often leave a lot to be desired. So one miner is $43.6875 per terahash, just the one miner, and this is compared to Genesis mining $280 per terahash, and for a lifetime mining contract which they'll end after a year.
Yeah,
that's quite something.
Crazy. People will still be going for those contracts, and maybe should we get a bull market, the same thing will happen and it will become profitable. But my question is, what are Genesis turning their machines off when the contracts become profitable? I mean, it's very different to Elevate. You don't actually own a machine. I've no idea how Genesis does it, but they give you an amount of terahash. But surely once the contract's ended, those machines are still mining for Genesis.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
You don't know what's going on. Whereas with Elevate, you and I, because you mine with Elevate and I mine with Elevate, we have an awesome miner dashboard. We can see serial numbers of our miners. There was one point where one of my miners wasn't on, and I pinged Amir about this or something, and it got addressed. Just got addressed real quick, and then whatever it was, that fault got corrected.
That's something I really like about Elevate, is the personal touch, and you can get an answer. Whereas with Genesis, it's very corporate, and standard answers. So, I was missing a bit of mining for Monero, and it was just a standard answer. Well, this is the crypto market. Sometimes it's in a bull or it's a difficult. Just blah blah blah. Nothing really explained. But now the Telegram group, I think, is a great. That's how I got started with the Elevate. And just chatting to Amir and the team.
Okay, very good, very good. Anything else you want? Now, for those of you that are watching, there's my affiliate code. I do mine with Elevate Group, right? You can use my code, or you can use Carl's code, or because I'll have that in the description below as well. You can choose. We don't mind either way. Or you can just go to elevategroup.io, join the Telegram group, get all your questions answered, and do satisfy yourself before you invest. Should you choose to? Should you decide to buy one of their miners? Oh, and by the way, that their service is available to the residents of the United States, because you're not buying into an ICO, you're actually buying a physical miner that they host, right? So this is for all of you if you're watching. If you have any questions, please also about Elevate, please put them in the description below. Anything else you want to say about Elevate, Carl?
Yeah, just, so the reason I got involved in cryptocurrencies, because I wanted to be in control of my finance. And of course, there are no banks, no middlemen, we trade directly. So as well as, especially now we're in a bear market and the difficulty is really low, so we're making quite a lot of Bitcoin compared to, say, in a bull market, we can actually be banks. So if you and I wanted to become a bank, it would cost us millions. We'd have to go and eat pork pies and go and sit in the House of Lords, and wear Armani suits and say the right words to become a bank. It would be impossible for you and I to be a bank, but we are bankers now. But we're honest bankers. It's transparent. Everything we mine is on the blockchain.
Yep, absolutely. I never thought of that as mining. We're actually banking. It is non-fractional reserve banking. Okay, very good. And now you're in Argentina traveling. I did a video that featured an article of yours, and then I connected you to Electroneum in Argentina, right? And then your article was about the difficulties you've had getting money and how you think cryptocurrency could be a solution. So I want you to say something about that, and then we'll talk about Electroneum and how you think Electroneum could provide that solution.
Yeah, absolutely. So throughout South America, I've been traveling from Mexico down through Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia. Everyone uses cash. And so far, it's been fairly easy to withdraw cash. Now, whenever you withdraw cash abroad, even if it's in Europe or in the States, your home bank is going to charge you, and then the local bank may charge you. Now, I use Revolut. Now, Revolut is a card that you can get hold of in Europe, I think in the States now as well. And it gives you wholesale rates. And you have, I think I get something like £400 a month without a transaction fee from Revolut. And I've been quite lucky in most of the South American countries, there's no charge at their end either. But in Argentina, it may be linked to their economy, it may be linked to the inflation that's going on, I'm not quite sure. But I was getting charged to withdraw 10%. So today, the same thing happened. I had to queue. I mean, we don't see queues outside banks, literally queuing for 15 minutes to get into the bank. And then when I got in the bank, it would only allow me to withdraw, say, £100. The other bank might allow me to only withdraw £80, but I was still getting charged for each transaction, £10.
Wow.
So really, really expensive business. And it's 35 degrees today, so I wasn't really enjoying the experience. And maybe the bank didn't have enough money for me to withdraw, so it was just a crazy palaver. And in my mind, why do we need those banks? All we need to do, all the coffee shops, the retailers, they've all got. I mean, that's the other thing. Go on to Electroneum, is everyone's got a smartphone. Literally, everyone's got a smartphone over here. So all they need to do is install the wallet they want, and then the transacting can take place directly between. I'm pretty frustrated while I'm over here, especially with my experience with money.
Right. So you just froze there, Carl. So the transaction can take place directly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And so let's use Electroneum. Yeah. Electroneum got a working wallet, really easy to download and install. And then let's take the shopkeeper selling whatever, or the cafe, the restaurant, the bar, the list goes on. Everyone's got an internet connection. They install Electroneum. Boop, the transaction takes place. It's validated on the blockchain.
Yep.
And it's gone from the buyer's wallet to the vendor's wallet.
Okay.
Because that's the other thing that I've found out as well is, like, say, for example, I use my Visa debit card over here to buy a coffee. Mm-hmm. It may get deducted the same day, but the banks themselves are having to do some correlation and exchange. It may take up to 5 days for that money to actually move from my bank to, say, the coffee shop's bank.
Wow.
Whereas, using Electroneum, it's instant. The blockchain validates it. It's done.
Okay. Now, I put you in touch with Electroneum Argentina. Right. Yep. I gave you details, and then you got in touch. Do you want to say what's happening there, and then what's the awareness?
Yeah, we've exchanged a few emails, and it's going to be great for my Spanish because they don't speak any English. So I'm really hoping I can meet up with one of the guys, but they're really far south, and at the moment we're just in the middle of Argentina.
Right.
We've only got 6 weeks left. So I really want to try and meet face to face, but if not, try and do a Skype interview. And I've got a load of questions. I want to continue that blog I wrote about my experience withdrawing money, just take it a stage further. So Argentina are suffering inflation over here. I think it's 49% at the moment. Mm. And I'm using hundreds and thousands of notes to buy things. And that could increase. It's just making life a lot really expensive for people here.
And is there much awareness of cryptocurrencies and Electroneum in Argentina?
I haven't seen much. And to be honest, I haven't seen a lot over South America. When I have, I've run at it with a cafe in Ecuador. And they had a little sign saying, "We accept cryptocurrencies."
Wow.
And there was also a restaurant owner I was chatting to in Mexico. I bought a burger from. I even did a healing ceremony where the shaman, I actually paid him in Bitcoin. So along the way, I guess I'm a little disappointed. I kind of had big dreams that I could really, open people's eyes. But, as they say in Spanish, poco a poco, so if I've mentioned it to one person, they might mention it to another person.
Right.
But will it be this time? Are they going to have massive inflation here again in Argentina? And I'm not quite sure. I haven't been watching the news, but I saw on a TV the president of Argentina was with who's the international bank lady, Lagarde. I can't remember her name.
Yes.
But they were chatting, so clearly Argentina is obviously asking for more money again.
Yes.
They need to do that. Just use Electroneum.
And it seems to me Argentina has these regular currency crises. Certainly for many years that I can remember, and every now and then the currency collapses. Now, okay, now now Argentina could just use Electroneum, but there isn't just Electroneum. Just like there isn't just one currency, there isn't one fit. There isn't just the US dollar. There's also the euro and the yen and the pound and many others, right? So you haven't heard, apart from Bitcoin, you haven't heard mention of Flashcoin or Litecoin or Digibyte on any of your travels?
I haven't really heard a lot of talk about cryptocurrencies, but all that needs to happen is for each person to have a wallet on their phone. I mean, I feel the best way to accrue cryptocurrency, if you have a lot of pounds, dollars, your services.
Sorry, Carl.
For crypto.
Carl, you broke up. Say that again. You feel the best. You broke up, Carl. You feel the best.
The way I see it is the. Okay, are we still there?
Yeah, we're still here. Go on. I'm still here.
Yeah. In my mind, I think we need to. I think it would be impossible to shift from money to cryptos tomorrow, although it could happen quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think the public at large and the banking institutions are going to do that. But a bit by bit, each shop could have a sign that says we now accept cryptocurrencies. Certainly, something I do with my clients is on my invoice I say 5% off if you pay with cryptocurrencies. So that's what I was saying is that's the way in which people who don't have a lot of fiat, that's how they can accrue cryptocurrencies, is by selling their services and their products in cryptocurrencies.
Okay, all right. Now, do you have an Electroneum wallet on your phone?
I do.
Good.
Yes.
And are you mining with it, or it's simulated mining?
I know.
Airdropping?
Yeah, no, totally. I think it's great. Yes, I do. But the problem is I don't have mobile data.
Right.
So it's only when I get into the hotel while I'm traveling, and so I have to remind to mine again. But I think for the people who have mobile data, it's brilliant, and that's another advantage of Electroneum. As well as it being a cryptocurrency, you can also mine as well.
Yeah, and for the Puritans out there, we know it's not really proper mining. It is an airdrop through your mobile phone. Okay, very good. Now there's another one I want to tell you about because I covered them last week, Flashcoin, and they have human teller machines. So you download the wallet, Flashcoin, Android and iOS, and there's a map inside once you register with any email. Doesn't can be a made up email, but you need to be able to access it, right? You don't have to give your name or anything. Then you're able to access other people in your vicinity who have Flash, who have that wallet. And then you can go to them and buy and sell Flash and other cryptocurrencies. So they become human teller machines. And this may be useful for you as you're traveling around, right? Because, if you find, it helps you find other people who have Flashcoin. And then you can use, you may be able to work out with them, that it includes shops as well, work out with them where you sell them Flashcoin or Litecoin or Bitcoin or ETH for local currency, which could save you a lot on the bank charges. So that's something, and there's a video that I did in the last week where you could watch that, which I'll link to in the description below, Carl. All right.
No, I like. Yeah.
Now, and anything else you want to say or ask or comment on before we finish up?
I think when we look at cryptocurrencies, I'm holding my Bitcoin, holding my Litecoin, et cetera, to accrue value. But my main objective is that I hope one day they can be used. And for me, people talk about, oh, it's a bull market, it's a bear market. But what we need to remember is, let's take the dollar. A dollar yesterday is worth more than it is today, and tomorrow it will be worth less than it is today.
Yeah.
A Bitcoin, Electroneum, Litecoin always hold value. One Bitcoin yesterday is a Bitcoin today, is a Bitcoin tomorrow. So if we look at it that it holds its value, and then also I think adoption is key, just a little bit. My dream is that some of the really big business owners understand that not only does Bitcoin hold value, but they could start using it. So for example, someone who's importing, say from Europe, from the States, they can avoid transaction fees. Cryptocurrencies know no borders. So I'm really hoping that we can get some kind of top-down approach from big businesses. But at the end of the day, I think it's the people on the ground level, like you and I, we need to start using it.
Yes. Well, Carl, interesting you say that, because I got an interview coming up. I'm going to be recording in the next few days. In fact, it may be out by the time this video goes out, with Dan from Morpheus Network. And Morpheus coin is token works on the supply chain to get rid of all the friction when it comes to moving goods, say from China to Western United States, going through customs, all the duties and the charges. So it is happening. It is happening. And with Facebook saying they're going to bring out a WhatsApp currency trial in India, a blockchain cryptocurrency for WhatsApp. Did you hear about that?
No, that's interesting, especially when you consider Facebook owns them.
That's right, and people in India are just use WhatsApp like crazy. So then you'll be able to buy.
Same here. Same here. I'm a bit cynical about it. Like, why this free app? Because it still does dive into your contacts on your phone. I don't use it myself. I use Signal, but yeah, it's a great tool.
Yes. Okay. All right. Very good. Well, with that and the other companies and the other stuff that's being created in terms of by big institutions, I think it is inevitable, and it is in my opinion, as far as I can tell, good technology has always replaced the previous technology. Always happens. And Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general is a radical improvement on what we have currently, in my opinion.
Yeah,
all right, yeah. Carl, listen, thank you so much. If anybody has any comments or questions, please put them in the description below. I want to let you know I've got that interview with Dan from Morpheus Network coming up. Also, every Monday I do a Bitcoin and occasionally Electroneum price analysis with Amir Ness. If you want to know about Elevate Group, there are the links in the description below. Go join the Telegram group. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Carl signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
There you go.